In the sweltering heat of the year 2049, the world had become a harsher place due to the devastating consequences of climate change exacerbated by relentless human pollution. A fraction of the population now bore the burdens of birth defects, the result of a planet pushed to its limits. Among them was a young boy named Richard, born to a dedicated neuroscientist named Ethan Harris. Driven by a profound love for his son and an unyielding determination, Ethan embarked on a relentless quest to improve Richard's life. Ethan's research had spanned over a dozen years, and despite his unwavering resolve, he had been unable to discover a physical cure to alleviate Richard's condition. However, he refused to concede defeat. His determination knew no bounds, and he continued to probe the depths of scientific knowledge in search of a solution. Finally, after years of toil, late nights, and countless disappointments, Ethan experienced a breakthrough. He unearthed a radical approach that held the potential to transfer Richard's consciousness into the body of another boy his age. This daring experiment involved letting Richard's physical form succumb to its inherent limitations while his consciousness sought a new residence. To bring this experiment to fruition, Ethan had no choice but to recruit a group of unscrupulous individuals well-versed in the shadowy realms of the world. Their mission was to find a suitable host for Richard's consciousness. Eventually, they identified a perfect match, a boy named Adam, the son of Emma. Emma, an ex-military professional, had been tirelessly tracking her son's disappearance for 3 long years. Her contacts in the military and the underground had led her down a labyrinthine path, but they ultimately uncovered the grim truth. Adam was not dead, as she had feared, but he existed as someone else, ensnared in an unforgivable experiment. Sitting in her car, parked outside an opulent mansion that concealed the answer to her torment, Emma glanced at her phone. The time was 9:45 p.m., and she had waited for over an hour. Brimming with anticipation, she had invested every ounce of her being into the search for her son, every lead pursued relentlessly. Now, she was on the cusp of confronting the ungodly truth. Inside that mansion was not the Adam she had known, but a twisted incarnation of her son, a boy stolen from her. She clenched her fists and tears welled in her eyes as the photo of her son in her wallet taunted her. That image of a boy with brown hair, green eyes, and an infectious smile haunted her, serving as a painful reminder of what had been stolen. As a solitary light flickered on in one of the mansion's windows, a silhouette emerged. It was a boy, roughly the same age as her son, with blonde hair, blue eyes, and an unfamiliar demeanor. This was the child who bore Adam's physical form but harbored a stranger's soul. It was Adam. With a cold determination, Emma reached for her weapon, exited her vehicle, and headed toward the mansion. Ignoring the security camera that captured her every move, she took aim and fired, shattering it. An alarm blared, but her resolve remained unshaken. She would not be deterred. Her search for her son had led her through hell and back, and she feared nothing. As she approached the mansion's entrance, a guard emerged from a security booth, brandishing a firearm and shouting, "Stop right there! Who are you? What do you want?" Emma's reaction was swift and fierce. She shot him in the leg and delivered a swift kick to his face before making off with his keys. The gate swung open and she charged through, evading the gunfire from other guards. Inside the mansion, Emma ascended the grand staircase, driven by the desperate need to reunite with her son. At the top of the stairs, she encountered a figure who sent shivers down her spine. Dr. Ethan Harris, the man who had orchestrated this twisted experiment, stood there in shock, clad in his lab coat. He recognized Emma and stammered, "Emma, is that you? What are you doing here? How did you find me?" Emma pointed her weapon at the man who had shattered her world and growled, "Shut up, you bastard! Where is my son? Where is Adam?" She didn't waver, her resolve unwavering even in the face of her most feared adversary. Harris shook his head, a mix of fear and confusion in his eyes. Adam is not your son. He is my son. He is Richard." Emma didn't hesitate. She pulled the trigger, and Harris crumpled to the floor. Her quest for justice had been relentless, and this was the climax she had been chasing. With her nemesis out of the way, she hurriedly searched for the room where her son was held. She found it and swung the door open, revealing a boy seated on a bed, engrossed in a book. He looked up, his expression one of bewilderment and trepidation. He asked, "Who are you? What do you want?" Dropping her weapon, Emma approached the boy, tears in her eyes, and enveloped him in a tight embrace. She whispered, "Adam, it's me. It's your mom. I'm here to take you home." Adam, now in a state of utter confusion and disbelief, pushed her away and retorted, "Get off me. You're not my mum. You're a stranger. My mum is downstairs. She's dead. You killed her." Emma shook her head and pressed on, determined to get through to him. No. That's not your mum. That's not your dad. They lied to you. They stole you from me. They put someone else's mind in your body. You're not Richard. You're Adam. You're my son." The boy's doubt was palpable. He looked at her with uncertainty, his mind in turmoil. He faltered, asking, "What are you talking about? That's crazy. That's impossible. I'm Richard. I've always been Richard. I have memories of being Richard. I have a birth certificate, a passport, a school ID. I have friends, teachers, relatives. I have a life. I'm Richard." Emma stood her ground and insisted, "No, you're not. Those are not your memories. Those are not your documents. Those are not your friends, teachers, relatives. Those are not your life. Those are Richard's. He was a boy born with a birth defect, unable to walk, talk, or live freely. His father was a scientist who wanted to make him better. He found a way to transfer his mind into another body. He found you, he kidnapped you, he killed you. He put Richard's mind in your body. He erased your mind. He erased you. He erased Adam." The struggle to accept this reality weighed heavily on the boy, but Emma was undeterred. She reached into her pocket, revealing a video on her phone. It portrayed a younger version of the boy playing soccer with friends, exuding the same happiness, the same spirit as her son, Adam. She implored him, "Do you remember? Do you remember anything?" He closed his eyes, attempting to unlock the buried memories of his life as Adam, the life stolen from him. His mind, like a locked door, was beginning to show signs of creaking open. A glimmer of recognition flickered within him, and he felt an emotional connection with the past. The doubt gnawed at his belief in the life he had known as Richard. His voice quivered as he looked at Emma and asked, Is this me?" She nodded vigorously, her eyes glistening with hope. "Yes, this is you. This is Adam. This is my son. Do you remember? Do you remember anything?" A maelstrom of emotions and fragments of memory churned within him. He was poised on the precipice of a monumental decision, caught between the life he had known as Richard and the truth that Emma had unveiled. He finally confessed, I don't know. I don't know who I am. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to do." With her heart full of love and determination, Emma reassured him, It's okay, Adam. I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to take you home. Come with me. Come with me, Adam." Adam hesitated, wrestling with his conflicting identities and realities. The question gnawed at him. But what about Richard? What about his life? What about his mind? What will happen to him? Emma's resolve was unwavering as she declared, "I don't know. I don't care. He's not my son. He's not your son. He's a thief. He's a monster. He doesn't deserve to live. He doesn't deserve to have your body. He doesn't deserve to have your life. He deserves to die. He deserves to be Erised. He deserves to be Adam." Adam was torn, but Emma offered her hand and reassurance. "Come on. Let's go. Let's go, Adam." He looked into her eyes, his faith in her unwavering, and said, But I'm scared. I'm scared, Mum." She held his hand gently and whispered, "Don't be scared. Don't be scared, Adam. I'm here. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to love you. I'm here to be your mum. I'm here to be Emma." With a fragile smile, he relented. "Let's go. Let's go, Mum. Let's go, Emma." They walked out of the room, hand in hand, leaving behind the body of Dr. Harris as a symbol of retribution and justice. They descended the grand staircase, where their paths had diverged, and emerged from the mansion to a world of newfound possibilities. In that moment, Emma and Adam chose a future together, one untethered from the shadows of the past. They left behind a life that wasn't theirs, and they embarked on a journey as Adam and Emma, as mother and son, as happy and free. They drove away from the mansion and the horrors it held, into the depths of a world that was theirs, to explore, to shape, and to cherish. Emma, with her son by her side, had triumphed over the darkest of circumstances, forging a future that was wholly their own.